The U.S. hip-hop industry, unfortunately, leads in the number of tragically deceased artists among all music genres. Let's remember all those we lost in the 2000s. Welcome to the top art legends. Big Pun died in 2000. And the first to start this tragedy of the noughties will be Christopher Lee Rios, better known as Big Pun. He rose to fame thanks to rapper Fat Joe, who later appeared on his 1995 album, Jealous One's Envy. In 1997, Big Pun signed a contract with Fat Joe's label, Terror Squad Productions and Loud Records. The following year, he released his debut studio album, Capital Punishment, 1998, which was certified platinum by the Recording Industry Association of America.
Please tell me what price to pay to make it whole, take control.
Throughout his life, he struggled with obesity. By the age of 21, Rios weighed 308 pounds. He even participated in a special weight loss program at Duke University, losing 80 pounds, but left the program prematurely and eventually regained the weight. On February 5, 2000, Rios was scheduled to perform alongside Fat Joe and Jennifer Lopez on Saturday Night Live, but he declined due to feeling unwell. 2 days later, he suffered a heart attack and respiratory failure in a New York hotel where he was staying with his family. The rapper was rushed to the hospital where he passed away at the age of 28. At the time of his death, he weighed 698 pounds. His obesity was always a source of concern and arguments between him and his friends who worried about his health. And so, a rapper with great talent and a promising future was gone.
Could you imagine going through depression? Let's keep it real. Hold up. Could you imagine going through depression? I was depressed. My best friend died. All my friends that I trusted were saying it's over for me. I never drank in my life. I start drinking. I get real fat. Remember Fat Joe got really out of shape, unhealthy. I'm going to therapy every week on the low.
DJ Screw died in 2000. Robert Earl Davis Jr., better known as DJ Screw, was most famous as the creator of the DJ technique known as chopped and screwed. Davis released over 350 mixtapes and was recognized as an innovator, primarily on a regional level, until his death from a cocaine overdose in 2000.
He was one of the most soft-spoken people I've ever met in my life. He was one of the most peaceful people I ever met in my life. And I can't remember, not even mad, I can't remember Screw getting upset about nothing. I mean, personally, every time I was around him, he had a great attitude. And that reflected through the people that he worked with, man. He made people better. I could say that just by being his friend.
On November 16th, 2000, Davis was found dead in his Houston recording studio located in a house on Commerce Park Drive. The cocaine came from cough syrup he had been prescribed, which he mixed with soda to dilute it, commonly known as purple drink. Besides cocaine, his blood contained other prohibited toxic substances, which led to an overdose. However, some close rapper friends speculated that he might have been killed. By 2005, his legacy began to reach a wider audience, continuing to influence many artists.
Drive around Houston today, and you will see DJ Screw's face painted on walls. You will see people wearing his shirts. You will hear his music in the streets. His legacy is very much alive. And the sound is global now. Really, so many people have adopted and adapted Screw's sound.
Johnny Mausberg Burns, killed in 2000. As a young protege of DJ Quick, Mausberg quickly gained recognition on the streets of California in the late 1990s. During his short career, Maus appeared on notable compilation albums and worked with Nate Dogg, Warren G, and Snoop Dogg. His vocals were featured on Snoop's album No Limit Top Dog in the 1999 track Don't Tell. When his debut album was nearly completed on July 4, 2000, Mouse was robbed and shot multiple times while sitting in the passenger seat of a car in his hometown. Mausberg was signed to Shepherd Lane Records, which released his debut album Non-Fiction after his death. In a 2007 interview marking the anniversary of his death, DJ Quick said, "He was such a big talent. He was bigger than life." His murder remains unsolved. Aaliyah, Princess of R&B, died in 2001. Aaliyah first gained public attention at the age of 10 when she appeared on the television show Star Search and performed at a concert alongside Gladys Knight. By the age of 12, she had signed a contract with Jive Records and her uncle, Barry Hankerson's label, Blackground Records. Her uncle introduced her to R. Kelly, who became her mentor, songwriter, and producer for her debut album, Age Ain't Nothing But a Number, 1994. The album sold 3 million copies in the US and was certified double platinum by the Recording Industry Association of America.
Fun. She was very mature for her age, but also fun, of course. So she liked practical jokes. She liked to laugh.
I think sometimes people forget that. She
was 16. Yeah. She was very young, very mature, very ready for her stardom, very ready for that. But still a kid and liked to do kid things.
What did you learn from her as a singer and a performer?
How to sing airy, because she had a beautiful, beautiful.
However, after a scandal involving an illegal marriage between R. Kelly and Aaliyah, she cut ties with Jive and signed with Atlantic Records. Her next 2 albums were also highly successful, and she even starred in the action film Romeo Must Die alongside DMX. The two also collaborated on the film's soundtrack, recording the hit song Try Again. Dust yourself off and try again. In fact, after working together, Aaliyah and DMX became close friends, and her untimely death was deeply traumatic for him.
We went for a while without seeing each other. But I can understand why God would have wanted you close to him. Because you truly were an angel on earth. In my own special way.
On August 25th, 2001, Aaliyah died in a Cessna 402 plane crash in Marsh Harbor, along with 8 others on board. The overloaded aircraft crashed shortly after takeoff. Later investigations revealed traces of cocaine and alcohol in the pilot system, and it was discovered that he was not legally qualified to operate the plane. Aaliyah's family filed a wrongful death lawsuit against the plane's operator, but it was settled out of court. Even after her passing, she remains the Princess of R&B. Jam Master Jay, killed in 2002. Jason William Mizell, better known as Jam Master Jay, was a musician, actor, record producer, and DJ. In 1982, he joined Joseph Run Simmons and Daryl DMC McDaniels right after they finished school, forming the legendary group Run DMC. In 1989, Mizell founded Jam Master Jay Records, a label best known for signing 50 Cent and Onyx. Jay was one of 50 Cent's early mentors, teaching him how to create hooks and choruses. Unfortunately, on October 30th, 2002, Mizell was shot and killed in his recording studio on Merrick Boulevard in Jamaica, Queens, New York. His murder shocked the hip-hop world, as he had played a major role in shaping the culture.
Never in my mind did I think that someone would kill him. And that took a long time to digest because it was like he only did good.
It was like a nightmare, bro. This was something different. You know, you just felt like one of the good guys got taken out.
You know, it was so shocking and inconceivable. You know, this person that was so full of happiness and love and life to be gone like that.
It's really sad.
It was sad that his life was cut so short so fast. They always say the good die young.
For nearly 20 years, the case remained unsolved, filled with conflicting testimonies and unanswered questions. However, in 2024, Carl Jordan Jr. and Ronald Washington were convicted of murdering Jam Master Jay. They now face a minimum of 20 years in prison and a maximum sentence of life. In 2009, Run DMC was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, cementing their legacy as hip-hop pioneers. Liza Lopez died in 2002.
You hit the corner and you stop.
Lisa Nicole Lopez, better known as Left Eye, was a member of the R&B girl group TLC, alongside Tian T-Boz Watkins and Rosonda Chili Thomas. Beyond rapping and singing, Lisa was the creative force behind the group. She designed their costumes, stage setups for their fan tours, and contributed to the group's overall image, album titles, covers, and music videos. She won 4 Grammy Awards. During her brief solo career, Left Eye scored 2 U.S. top 10 singles, Not Tonight and You Know What's Up, as well as a UK #1 hit, Never Be the Same Again, a collaboration with Melanie C of the British girl group Spice Girls.
The US to UK, NYC to LA.
On April 25, 2002, Lisa lost control of a rented Mitsubishi Montero SUV while driving in La Ceiba, Honduras. The vehicle flipped multiple times, crashed into 2 trees, and ejected Lopez and 3 other passengers through the windows before coming to a stop in a roadside ditch. She died instantly from a fracture of the base of the skull and open cranial trauma. Lisa was the only person who suffered fatal injuries in the accident, and she was not wearing a seatbelt at the time. Her passing was a devastating loss to her family, her group, her fans, and the music world. Camouflauge, killed in 2003. Jason Johnson, also known as Camouflauge, known for his songs Cut Friends and Laying My Stunt Down. He was killed in a shooting in May 2003 while walking with his young son, LaDon, near his studio in downtown Savannah. He was 21 years old and was taken to Memorial Health University Medical Center, where he passed away. His son was unharmed. According to the Savannah Morning News, police made no arrests and had no leads in the case. Half a Mill, murdered in 2003.
Some niggas thugs and some niggas is bitch.
Jason Wardlaw, better known by his stage name Half a Mill, was a Brooklyn-based underground rapper. During his lifetime, he released 2 albums, Million in 2000 and Da Hustle, Don't Stop, in 2002. In 2003, he was shot and killed in his home in the Albany Projects neighborhood of Brooklyn, New York. Details surrounding the shooting remain scarce and undisclosed. Soulja Slim, killed in 2003. James Daryl Tapp Jr., better known by his stage name Soulja Slim, was an American rapper from New Orleans. He was best known as the writer of Juvenile's 2004 single Slow Motion, which topped the Billboard Hot 100 chart.
I'm toting she wanted me to make her out a believer.
8 years earlier, he signed with Master P's No Limit Records to release his debut studio album Give It to M-Raw, 1998, which reached #1, 13 on the Billboard 200 chart. On November 26, 2003, Soulja Slim was shot and killed on the lawn in front of the 2-story duplex he had bought for his mother in the Gentilly neighborhood of New Orleans. He was shot at least 3 times in the face and once in the chest. His stepfather, who asked to remain unnamed, speculated that jealousy over Slim's rapid success may have been the motive for the killing. To this day, his murderer has not been brought to justice. Mac Dre, killed in 2004. Andre Louis Hicks, known by his stage name Mac Dre, was an American rapper from Vallejo. He played a crucial role in the emergence of the hyphy movement, a cultural wave in the Bay Area hip-hop scene that gained traction in the early 2000s. Hicks is considered one of the key pioneers of the movement, which fueled its mainstream popularity by releasing tracks with fast-paced rhymes and heavy bass. As the founder of the independent label Fizz Entertainment, Hicks recorded dozens of albums and provided a platform for up-and-coming rappers to release their music locally. On October 31st, 2004, Hicks and his crew performed at a show. Early the next morning, an unknown assailant opened fire on the group's van while they were traveling on US Route 71. The driver crashed and called 911, but Hicks was pronounced dead at the scene from a gunshot wound to the neck. The case remains unsolved. King Freako, murdered in 2004. Frederick King Freako Gaines was signed to Mac Dre's Fizz Entertainment and was a member of the rap group Ghetto Stars. Unfortunately, the motive for his murder in 2004 remains unknown, though there are rumors that there was no real reason behind it. It is known that he was sitting calmly in his car in a parking lot when another vehicle approached, and he was fatally shot. If you have any more details about this tragic story, feel free to share them in the comments. Old Dirty Bastard died in 2004. Russell Tyrone Jones, better known as Old Dirty Bastard, aka ODB, was one of the founders of the New York rap group Wu-Tang Clan, formed in 1992. The crowd go wild, sit back, relax, won't stop. He also pursued a solo career, starting with his album Return to the 36 Chambers, the Dirty Version, 1995. This guy was famous for his outrageously profane, free associative rhymes delivered in a distinctive half-rapped, half-sung style.
We knew it was going to hit because it was too many of us. People didn't understand it at first, you know what I'm saying? We even took that and tried to shop it. You know what I'm saying? They didn't understand it at first because they hey, a bunch of black guys, they want to be Grandmaster Flash, Furious 5, you know what I'm saying? That's how they took it. But watch me now, you know what I'm saying? And when we did Protecting That, came out bad, I knew it was going to be that joint that's going to make us rise.
His career was tumultuous, involving robberies, shootouts, prohibited substances, and eventually, imprisonment. After his release in 2003, it seemed like he was starting fresh. However, in November 2004, while at a recording studio in Manhattan, Old Dirty Bastard collapsed and died. Before the session, he had complained of chest pain. The official cause of death was a heart attack, and the rapper's autopsy revealed that it was triggered by intoxication from prohibited toxic substances.
Met a nigga like Dirt ever in my life.
Dirt was real.
Dirt
no,
was,
me neither.
Yo, he was.
I mean, I'm y'all cousin. I'm like y'all third cousin.
Yo, he was everything, yo.
Yeah.
He gave me my soul. He made me not really like give a about nothing. Like, I met him with RZA. I'm meeting the hero, pastrami and cheese shit, hot and all that
this
shit.
This is the first day you meet him?
First day I meet him. The nigga said to me, yo, God, get a piece of that.
Dante Ross, who signed him in 2002, said, "He was a calamity waiting to happen. That's kind of the beauty of it." Blade Icewood, murdered in 2005. Darnell Quincy Lindsay, known as Blade Icewood, was a member of the rap group Street Lords and is considered one of the most influential figures in Detroit's underground rap scene. On September 20th, 2004, Blade Icewood was shot inside his home in Oak Park, Michigan. Armed intruders broke in and fired 7 rounds from an AK-47 at him. Icewood refused to cooperate with authorities regarding the assassination attempt. As a result of the attack, he was left paralyzed from the chest down and confined to a wheelchair. 2 days before this incident, Wipeout, a rapper from Detroit's East Side and a rival of Icewood, was killed outside Candy Bar nightclub on Woodward Avenue. Many speculated that the two shootings were connected. His diss track, Ride on Me, which became an underground Detroit classic, hinted that Icewood knew his attackers. On April 19, 2005, Blade, Icewood, was fatally shot at a car wash in the west side of Detroit. A gunman pulled up next to Icewood's Range Rover and fired 17 shots. The location of the shooting was less than a mile from where Icewood had held an anti-violence rally a year before his death.
We was the original street Lord Cheddar boys. You know what I'm saying? We did our thing. This ain't no disrespect to the East Side guys, you know. Bless Wipeout and his family. God bless the dead, you know. Bless my man, Blade Icewood. But the street Lord Cheddar boys was first. You know what I'm saying? We started rapping first. We was doing our thing first. They was cool, you know what I'm saying? The East Side Cheddar boys was cool. And it wasn't no beef, and then everybody was cool. If you go listen to their first CD, you hear Blade on their CD, you hear Street Lord Jesse James on their CD. It was all love. What happened where it was an incident where Blade and Wipeout got into it. It wasn't no big ordeal where they was gonna fall out or kill each other. It was just some misunderstanding. Like Blade had nothing to do with Wipeout getting killed. It wasn't like they were at no super beef, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's unfortunate.
Following his passing, Blade's family founded Icewood Entertainment, a record label named in honor of the slain Detroit artist. J Dilla died in 2006. James DeWitt Yancey, better known J Dilla, emerged in the underground hip-hop scene in the mid-1990s in Detroit as a member of the group Slum Village. In 2002, he and Los Angeles-based producer Madlib formed the duo J-Lib.
Then I go digging out my honey, celebrating till she out.
In 2004, Yancey moved from Detroit to Los Angeles and toured with J-Lib in the spring of that year. In 2003, he experienced sudden weight loss due to medical treatment, and in 2004, he publicly confirmed rumors about his declining health. Despite a slowdown in major releases and production credits in 2004 and 2005, his cult status among core fans remained strong. J Dilla tried to downplay the seriousness of his illness, but by 2005, when he toured Europe in a wheelchair, it became clear that his condition was severe. It was later revealed that he suffered from thrombotic thrombocytopenic purpura and lupus.
In 2006, Dilla passed. Could you describe the impact his death had on you?
I mean, it's extremely shocking. And I think as an artist, we look at it more selfishly than anything. You know, when Biggie passed, when Dilla passed, you know, because as artists, we give of ourselves. And so, you know, he was giving the world so much. Biggie was giving the world so much. Pac was giving the world so much. They were giving all they had. So to lose that, it's like we lost another point of inspiration.
Yancey passed away on February 10, 2006 at his home in Los Angeles, just 3 days after his 32nd birthday and the release of his final album, Donuts. The cause of death was cardiac arrest. Proof, killed in 2006. Deshaun Dupree Holton, known by his stage name Proof, was a rapper from Detroit. In 1996, he formed the group D12, which was later signed by Eminem to his label. It's worth mentioning that Proof and Eminem were close friends, and Proof became Eminem's mentor in the early stages of his career.
Because this great guy told you great things about yourself, and then the whole perspective of your confidence go to another level.
Proof.
That's how Proof was to me. Yeah, man, he was a godsend to me because I know that I would not have made it without knowing him, because he gave me he co-signed for me when I went to the shop, when I went to Ebony Showcase. He co-signed for me everywhere I went, and people respected him.
Tragically, on April 11th, 2006, after an unsuccessful pool game at the CCC Club on 8 Mile Road in Detroit, a fight broke out between Proof and war veteran Keith Bender. Mario Etheridge, Keith's cousin, shot Proof once in the head and twice in the chest, killing him on the spot. The city and the group mourned. Eminem mourned, hip-hop mourned. During his speech at the funeral, Eminem said, "Without Proof, there would be a Marshall Mathers, but there would not be an Eminem. There would not be a D12, and there would not be a Slim Shady." Big Hawk, killed in 2006. John Edward Hawkins, better known by his stage names, Big Hawk, was a founding member of the rap group Screwed Up Click, created by the late DJ Screw. The first tragedy in his family occurred in 1998 with the murder of his brother Patrick, Fat Pat, whom we've previously discussed. On May 1st, 2006, Hawk was visiting a friend. He was alone, with no one around, when an unknown assailant shot him multiple times. Just like his younger brother, Big Hawk's murder remains unsolved. Stack Bundles, killed in 2007. Raekwon Elliott, best known to fans as Stack Bundles, was a prominent figure in the New York hip-hop scene as a DJ and lyricist. He performed alongside artists such as Fabulous, DJ Clue, and Max B, achieving his greatest success when he joined Bird Gang, led by Jim Jones. He was a rising star, and we will never know what heights he could have reached had his life not been cut short. On June 11th, 2007, Elliott was shot and killed in the lobby of his home at the Red Fern Houses in Far Rockaway, Queens. As he entered his building, an unknown number of assailants approached him and shot him in the head and neck before fleeing the scene. According to his aunt, as his fame grew, he started feeling unsafe in the neighborhood where he lived. He said they was hating on him, but he didn't get out fast enough, Ms. Wooten said. The case remains unsolved. Pimp C died in 2007. Chad Butler, aka Pimp C, was best known for his work with Bun B as one half of the hip-hop duo Underground Kings, UGK. After signing with Jive Records in 1992, UGK became regarded as the godfathers of the Houston hip-hop scene. The group's third album, Ridin' Dirty, 1996, was widely acclaimed as a hip-hop classic, blending soul music with unapologetic rhymes about Southern street life. They wanna run in, talking on cell phones, got a lot of... On December 4th, 2007, Butler was found dead in a Los Angeles hotel room. He was in the city for a performance with rapper Too Short. His death was ruled accidental, caused by a combination of cough syrup overdose and his pre-existing sleep apnea condition. Although initially reported that the syrup was over the counter, a medical examiner concluded that the prohibited toxic substances found in his body came from a prescription drug, leading to the overdose. 2 days after Pimp C's death, UGK received their first Grammy nomination. Big Mo died in 2007. Kenneth Daniel Moore, better known as Big Mo, was one of the founding members of the group Original Screwed Up Click. He began his music career freestyling on DJ Screw's mixtapes before signing with Rec Shop Records.
Artists in this industry, you feeling me? The intensity on this MIC.
In 2000, he released his debut album, City of Syrup, a title referencing Houston's reputation for its association with codeine-laced syrup. On the album cover, Mo is seen pouring the drink from a styrofoam cup, reinforcing the theme. In 2002, he returned with his second album, Purple World. The music video for Purple Stuff, inspired by Willy Wonka and The Chocolate Factory, received airplay on MTV, and the album reached number 3 on Billboard's top R&B hip-hop albums chart.
Everybody clap your hands.
In 2003, Mo released his third and final album, Mo Life, which featured the commercially successful single, Just a Dog. Unfortunately, on October 14th, 2007, Big Mo passed away after spending a week in a coma following a heart attack. Static Major died in 2008. Stephen Ellis Garrett Jr., known as Static Major, began his career as a producer when he joined Swing Mob, a collective led by Devontae Swing. He made his breakthrough working with R&B singer Ginuwine, writing and producing the 1996 hit Pony, which became a major milestone in the careers of both Garrett and Timbaland. Garrett later became a member of Playa, a group signed to Def Jam, best known for their hit single, Cheers to You. Over time, he established himself as a primary songwriter for on of Aaliyah's albums. His fame grew even further in 2008 when he appeared on Lil Wayne's track Lollipop, which he co-wrote. Tragically, the music video for Lollipop was released after his death and was dedicated to his memory.
What was it like working with Static?
Now, Static a beast. But you know, there was a whole group. Static was a part of a group, and they were signed to Cash Money. He just was the lead of the group. Yeah, and so that they had a little R&B group, and he was the lead of that group. So he was like, he would navigate, you know what I mean? He was navigating whatever they was doing. He had songs that he'd have hooks for and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Everybody wouldn't take to him, but I told you, me, being a little different about the women and the way I approach women. So let me hear that, that Lollipop one, I got something for that, and that's how I go.
On February 25th, 2008, Garrett passed away at Baptist Hospital East in Louisville. The cause of death was respiratory failure and excessive bleeding after a catheter was incorrectly inserted into his neck during a medical procedure, and he complained of feeling unwell afterwards. Dolla, killed in 2009. Roderick Anthony Burton II, better known by his stage name Dolla, was another rapper whose life was tragically taken. His commercial debut single, Who the F*** Is That?, featuring T-Pain and Tay Dizzum, charted on the Billboard Hot 100. On May 18, 2009, rapper Dolla was shot and killed by Aubrey Lewis Berry during an altercation outside a shopping mall. Later that evening, Berry, who was armed, was arrested at Los Angeles International Airport. He claimed self-defense. The conflict stemmed from a previous dispute in Atlanta on May 7th, when Berry was allegedly beaten in a nightclub by a group of men, including Dolla. In Los Angeles, according to Berry's attorney, Dolla had threatened him at a restaurant in the Beverly Center. As Berry exited the building, he noticed Burton and 2 other men following him toward his car. After an exchange of words, Berry believed Burton was reaching for a weapon. In response, he fired 4 shots in self-defense, fatally wounding Burton in the heart. Berry's defense maintained that he acted in self-defense, and a jury found him not guilty on all charges. However, in our opinion, this seemed more like a senseless act of revenge rather than true self-defense. Dolla was a promising young rapper. His publicist, Sue Vanessing, stated, "He was being hyped as the next Tupac. He chose music to get off the streets." Baatin died in 2009. Titus Glover, known as Baatin, was a co-founder of the progressive hip-hop group Slum Village. Slum Village produced several R&B chart hits, including the 2002 album Trinity and the 2004 album Detroit Deli.
Check out his watch, dog, the ice is flawless.
On July 31st, 2009, he was found dead in his home. The cause of death was an overdose of illegal substances. Slum Village did not follow music trends, but instead infused their work with spiritual and social depth. If people could open their minds, Baatin told The Times in 2000, they could see a broader perspective of hip-hop instead of categorizing it as 95 beats per minute, loud snares and muffled samples. It could be anything. Hip-hop in the 2000s was incredible for the emergence of new talented artists, and also tragic due to the many we lost forever. Rest in peace. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell. You can also write a comment in the comment section down below. See you later on the Top Art Legends.